just to clarify it, even though we did mention before, when we talk about emptiness here in that as the ultimate nature of the phenomena, of the things, we are not talking about something empty of something which is there before and due to certain cause and conditions later it becomes empty. For example, the tea glass full of tea, at the very beginning it was not empty, then after you drink all that, then it becomes empty. It is not, we are not in that sense of emptiness.
Te darētu paskaidrot, ka tad, kad mēs runājam par tukšumu, mēs nerunājam par tādu gadījumu, ka kaut kas ir bijis netukšs un pēc tam ir kļuvis tukšs, kā piemēram gadījumā, kur tēja ir ielieta krūzītē, tātad krūzīte ir bijusi pilna, tad viņu kāds izdzer un krūzīte kļūst tukša. Mēs nerunājam par šādu veidu tukšumu.
We are not also talking about emptiness, one object not possessing in that or not having, for example, there is no flower in this cup, so therefore it is empty of flower. This cup is empty of flower. So again, we are not talking about two different objects, one being empty of another object.
Tāpat arī mēs nerunājam par tādu gadījumu, kad viens objekts ir tukšs no otru objektu, piemēram, ka šajā krūzītē neatrodas puķis, tātad krūzīte ir tukša no puķēm, mēs nerunājam arī par tādu gadījumu.
And also we are not talking about emptiness in the sense there was truly existing at the very beginning in the objects, and when we through our analysis in that way, then it becomes empty.
Un mēs arī nerunājam par tādu gadījumu, ka kaut kas ir bijis netukšs, bet analīzes rezultātā mēs nonākam pie secinājuma, ka tas ir tukšs.
We are talking from emptiness, not from something from outside of that phenomena itself, or object itself, but emptiness within that, the object itself, which means the nature of that object is empty of truly or inherently existing itself.
Tad mēs runājam, ka objekts ir tukšs no kaut kāda ārēja, un mēs runājam par to, ka objekts pats no savas puses, ka tam nepiemīt pašstāvoša vai pašnoteikta eksistence, ka tas ir tukšs no tāda eksistences veida.
Even though the objects are empty of truly inherently existing from its own side, from the object side, but for us not being able to understand or realize that, and not only not realize it, we actually misapprehend it and grasp its truly existence. On the basis of that, then on the basis of that ignorance, then we continue to take rebirth in the samsara and continue to experience the samsaric suffering and pain.
Kaut arī realitātē objektiem nepiemīt tāda eksistence, kas ir noteikta no viņa pašu puses. Mēs maldīgā veidā to uztveram, ka tas tam šķiet. Un tas ir arī iemesls, kāpēc mēs turpinām atkal pārdzimt.
So when we say form is empty, it shows the ultimate nature of the form, which is empty of truly or inherent existence.
Un kad te ir runāts par to, ka forma ir tukša, tas nozīmē, ka tā ir galējā ziņā tukša no pašas noteiktas eksistences.
When we say emptiness form, it explains the conventional level of the form.
Kad mēs sakām tukšums ir forma, tad te mēs paskaidrojam konvencionālo parādību līmeni.
That even though it does not exist truly or inherently, but it do exist.
Kaut arī tas neeksistē pašnoteiktā veidā, tas tomēr pastāv.
How do it exist? Not ultimately, but conventionally it exists.
Un kā tas pastāv? Tas nepastāv tādā veidā galējā formā, tas pastāv konvencionālā veidā.
Even though it is empty of truly or inherent existence, it is able to appear and able to function on the conventional level, and it is able to affect us in different ways.
Un kaut arī galējā līmenī tas ir tukšs no pašnoteiktas eksistences. Konvencionālā līmenī šim te fenomenam pastāv noteikti funkcija, tas spēj miedarboties un spēj pildīt savu lomu.
So, as Chandrakirti says, every phenomena has two natures at the same time, the ultimate nature and conventional nature.
Kā Chandrakirti saka, jebkuram fenomenam vienlaikus pastāv divi esamības līmeņi, galējais un konvencionālais.
And they don't contradict each other.
Un tie nav pretrunā viens ar otru.
So, with that, it is kind of explaining the ultimate nature and conventional nature of the form. And then when it says emptiness not other than form, then it is explaining these two nature of the form, the ultimate, the true truth, the ultimate and conventional truth. They are not separate entity. They are same entity.
Un, kad mēs lasām formu nav atšķirīga no tukšums nav atšķirīgs no formas, te ir runa par šiem diviem vienlaikus pastāvošiem esamības līmeņiem, galējo un konvencionālo.
And then, so even though they are same entity, but they are different, different what you call maybe isolations.
Kaut arī Helmut, varbūt var palīdzēt.
Kaut arī viņi nav, var teikt, divas dažādas lietas, bet viņi ir viena lieta, bet varētu teikt viena lieta, kas skatīta no diviem kā izolētiem aspektiem.
When we say isolation due to our conceptual mind, idea and conception, then we have different, even though same identity, we can have different concept about the same thing in different way. So that is what kind of, for example, one example maybe, I don't know whether that helps, would be when we think about the president of, I don't know, Latvia, let's say. When you say the president of Latvia, you think you have some concept of that person. And when you think the husband of the president's wife, you might have slightly different concept of him. Or the father, do you get it? We are describing same persons, but depending on when you describe differently, fathers or the president or that, you have slightly different idea about that person in your concept. It's similar like that. We are describing same objects, same identity, but in your mind, through those isolation, we have different separate ideas.
Labāk saprast, ko nozīmē viens un tas pats objekts skatīts no izolētiem aspektiem. Mēs varam, kā piemēram, ņemt Latvijas prezidentu. Kad mēs dzirdam šo vārdu, mēs iztēlojamies vienu lietu, bet ja mēs paskatītos no prezidenta sievas viedokļa, ka lūk, tas ir viņas vīrs, tad tas tā pati vienība parādās nedaudz citā aspektā un tēvs tā tālāk. Runa ir par vienu to pašu personu, bet tie ir dažādi aspekti.
So does this true truth, or in these cases, the true truth, the ultimate and conventional truth of the form, they are one entity and separate or different isolations. That is what third means. And then the fourth one, when it says form is also not other than emptiness, then it is explaining that the union of the conventional truth and ultimate truth, how each of them help each others. The understanding of conventional truth help us to have ultimate understanding of ultimate truth, whereas the understanding of the ultimate truth also help us to have a understanding of conventional truth. So they implement and help each others instead of contradicting each others. And so in a way it is a union of two truth.
Un atkal, kad mēs lasām formu no atšķirīga no tukšuma, tukšums no atšķirīgs no formas, tas nozīmē to, ka faktiski, ja mēs aplūkojam katru to no sava aspekta, tad faktiski tie ir savstarpēji papildinoši. Ne tikai tie neizslēdz viens otru, bet tie nodrošina, ka tas var tikt skatīts gan tādā aspektā.
So then, if I read the commentaries, here it says, just as even though the reflection of your face does not exist as the face, but it is able to appear to us as reflections. Your reflections of face is able to reflect through the mirror. In same way, even the form is empty of inherent existence, the form can be established by the valid cognitions of the conventional valid cognitions or cognizer or cognitions.
Tāpat kā sejas atspulgam nav nepieciešams būt īstai sejai, lai tas varētu parādīties kā seja, tāpat arī formai nav nepieciešams būt pašai no savas puses pastāvošai, lai tā tiktu uztverta kā forma.
And here he said, so with that you apply that to all others, rest of the aggregates and all phenomena.
Un to tāpat mēs varam attiecināt uz visiem pārējiem agregātiem un visiem pārējiem fenomeniem.
And if you think, if you say, since form is, the nature of form is conventional existence, therefore it is a impermanent or conditioned phenomena, whereas the empty of inherently existence of form is permanent. So wouldn't these two, conventional and ultimate nature, be separate identity? If you have that kind of conscience, so here he said it would not be. Those two nature will not be separate or different identity. They are. So that is what it means. emptiness not other than form means emptiness, which is the emptiness which is empty of inherently existence is not other than not the emptiness, inherently empty of inherently existence of the form is not other or separate entity than the form aggregate itself, because they are same entity. Did you get it?
Almost.
Vienkārši varētu rasties jautājums, vai forma, kas ir nepastāvīgs fenomens, un tukšums, jeb šīs formas tukšums no pašnoteiktas esamības, kas ir pastāvīgs fenomens. Kā tie var būt, teiksim, viena lieta, viens fenomens, vai tās tomēr nav divas dažādas lietas? Un līdz ar to, teiksim, nē, atbildi ir tā, ka forma un tās tukšums, ka viņas ir tā kā viena lieta, bet vienkārši skatīt no diviem dažādiem izolētiem aspektiem, ka tās noteikti nav divas dažādas lietas.
Example, here it says the reflections of the moon appearing in the lake, and that is empty of moon. They are same identity, and they are not different identity, so similar like that. Here it says the reflections, the appearance of the reflections of the moon in the lake, that nature, and that reflection being empty of the moon. Do you get it? It has two nature. One is the appearance of the moon in the lake. That is one nature. But the appearance, even though it appears as a moon, but it is empty of moon. It's not real moon. And there is another nature. So these two natures are same identity, because you are describing same thing. You are not describing totally different objects.
Sakot, mēnesis atspūgs ezerā, jā, tāda lieta, kas mums parādās, un tas, ka tur tā mēnesis nav, ka tāda fakta numur 2, jā, ka šie divi fakti nav kaut kas divas savstarpēji izolētas, savstarpēji izslēdzošas lietas. Tā kā, tas ir tas, ka līdz ar to tas mēnesis atspūgs ezerā, un tas, ka tur nav tā reālā mēnesība, tas tukšums no reālā mēnesis, ka tas ir savstarpēji saistītas lietas un ka tā ir viena lieta.
Viena lieta ir savstarpēji saistīta?
Nē, viņas ir viena lieta, viņas nav savstarpēji atšķirīgas. Tās nav divas dažādas.
So you are describing on the same...
tās ir divas dabas.
Two different things, but on the same object. You are not describing two different objects differently. So in these cases, for example, within the lake, there is appearance of the moon. At the same time, there is empty of the moon. It's not really within the lake the same places where there is appearance of the moon is also empty of the moon. So in same object at the same time, you can see both reality, both nature, and that even the ordinary beings who have not understood emptiness, through their conventional valid cognition, they can understand directly that.
Un te mēs varam redzēt piemērā par mēnesis atspūgu ezerā, ka tur vienlaikus parādās divas lietas. Pirmkārtām tas ezers ir tukšs, no reāla mēnesis, bet tāpat laikā tajā ezerā pastāv mēnesis atspūgs. Un šīs abas lietas pastāv vienlaicīgi.
But in terms of the form and emptiness of form, within one object, the form, the appearance of form and emptiness, the inherent existence of that inherent existence, empty of inherent existence within the form, same way they are same entity, but the ordinary sentient beings who have not understood or realized emptiness cannot understand that true reality within that form. But someone who have understood emptiness through the reasoning and logic of the Madhyamikas, or the reasoning and logic, then one is able to understand that.
Un tāpat arī dzīvajās būtnēs vienlaikus pastāv šī te formas parādīšanās un vienlaikus pašpastāvošas formas nesamība, pašnoteiktas formas nesamība. Un to ir nesalīdzināmi grūtāk uztvert, un tie, kas nav realizējuši tukšumu izpratni, to ikdienā tā neuztver.
And then the fourth one, when he says form is also not other than emptiness, it means the nature of the form is, or the appearance of the form is not other intensity than the emptiness of the form, which is empty of inherent existence.
Un tas, ka forma nav atšķirīga no tukšuma, nozīmē arī to, ka tukšums nav atšķirīgs no formas.
So here it says, for example, against the appearance or the reflections is not other or different. I think not different identity than the emptiness of that face in that reflections.
Un atspūgs nav atšķirīgs no tā, kas no tās vienības, kas parādās.
In short, all the form aggregate and all the phenomena are no different from the emptiness of the phenomena itself. They are same entity. They are no different entity, but different isolations.
Tātad formu sagregāta un šo formu sagregāta tukšums nav kaut kas divas atšķirīgas lietas. Tā ir viena tā pati lieta skatīt no diviem aspektiem vai skatu punktiem.
For example, the cup and the impermanent of the cup, the nature of impermanent of the cup. The impermanent of the cup and the cup are same entity. You are describing from within the same object. Is cup, you are describing this same object. And when you describe impermanent of the cup, you are describing nature of the same things, not something different. Something separate objects. So that object, that the nature of the impermanent nature of cup and the cup are same identity, same nature, same identity. They are not different identity. But there are different explanations because when you think of cup, you have one concept of functioning of cup. When you think of impermanent of cup, then you think the cup in a different way that which is changing, you are changing minute by minute, second by second. So in your mind, in thought, you have a different. You are trying to understand the same phenomena cup, but you have a different. In your mind, you have a different way of understanding it.
Kad mēs runājam par krūzīti un krūzītes nepastāvību, mēs it kā runājam par šīm divām lietām, bet tās aprakstā faktiski krūzītes eksistenci.
I don't know whether it helps to have a little bit different understandings. In one of the another commentaries, we try to explain this. Understanding of this emptiness from form, like form is emptiness, emptiness form. Emptiness not other than form. Form is not other than that four way of is looking. Another example that give in another commentary, it says, for example, when you have some kind of sickness like a jaundice, where you see everything kind of yellowish because due to your sickness. So if you are looking at a white conch, white conch, we can use white cup. With that kind of sickness, when you see the white cup there, with that sickness, you don't see it as a white cup, but you see a yellow cup. But even you see a yellow cup, the appearance of that yellow cup is totally mistaken. There is no yellow cup at all. There is no yellow cup from the very beginning. It's empty of that yellow cup. The appearance that is totally mistaken.
Varbūt to var palīdzēt saprast cits komentārs, kurš izmanto kā piemēru baltu gliemežvāku un cilvēku, kuram ir nopietna dzeltenā kaita. Mūsu gadījumā mēs varam balto gliemežvāku aizstāt ar balto krūzīti. Un tad šis cilvēks, kam ir nopietna dzeltenā kaita, to balto krūzīti redz kā dzeltenu. Un te mēs varam saprast, kaut arī cilvēks uztver, redz to krūzīti kā dzeltenu, patiesībā viņi tā nav, viņi ir balti.
But there is the white cup or the whiteness in there.
Tātad baltā krāsa tur ir.
So it is the same objects to which it appears the yellow cup. Due to that same cup that it appears yellow cup, or the existence of white cup, it's the same object.
Un tad parādīšanās kā balta krūzīte vai kā dzeltena krūzīte, tas objekts ir viens un tas pats.
And so therefore, here is the four different forms: empty, emptiness, form. Empty is not other than form. That when you apply to that, we can see seeing or appearance of yellow is not other than the cup itself. Do you get it? From the cup itself. When it appears to you yellow cup, it is not other than the cup itself. Do you get it? what is appearing to you is cup, but it is appearing yellow. So it is, there is no yellow cup than the cup itself, but it appeared in that way. Yeah.
Tātad tas, ka mēs redzam zeltainu krūzīti, nav nekas cits kā pat tā krūzīte.
And the cup is what you saw yellow.
Un krūzīte ir tas, ko tu redzēji zeltainā krāsā.
What you saw, the yellow, is no different. There is no cup separate from what you saw yellow.
Nav citas krūzītes, ko tu varēji redzēt zeltainā krāsā.
And there is no the existence of the yellow cup which appeared to you does not exist other than the cup itself.
Un tā zeltainās krūzītes pastāvēšana nav nekas cits kā tā krūzīte, kas pastāv.
So even though the form and the emptiness of form are same intensity, but they are not same. Do you get it?
Again?
Even though the form and emptiness of form are same identity, not identity, intensity, but they are not same in everything, in every way, because they are different isolations, so therefore it can't be same in every way. But same identity.
Neskatoties, ka viņi ir viena lieta, viņi nav visos aspektos vienādi. Vienkāršot sakot.
Because in one way it is not same, as I said, they have different isolations. Also the cup is conventional, ultimate, whereas emptiness of cup is ultimate nature or ultimate truth. Do you get it? It is not same in every way because the cup is, when you say the cup, it is the conventional truth. And the emptiness of cup is ultimate truth. The ultimate truth and conventional truth are separate or different.
Kaut arī mēs aprakstām vienu un to pašu fenomenu. Mēs nerunājam par divām pilnīgi identiskām lietām, jo konvencionālā patiesība un galējā patiesība nav viens un tas pats.
But the nature of ultimate reality of this cup, the nature of conventional reality of this cup exists within this cup at the same time.
Bet konvencionālā un galējā patiesība par šo krūzīti eksistē šajā krūzītē vienlaicīgi.
So therefore they are same identity, but not same in every aspect.
Entity, tu tulko kā?
Es latviski laikam tā ir lieta.
Lieta.
Nē, tas ir no visbriesmīgākajiem tā ir.
Vienība varbūt.
Nu, jā, varbūt vienīgi. Jā.
and they are not totally separate in every way, from every perspective. If they are totally different in every perspective, including the identity, then they will not have the emptiness of the cup, and cup will have no relationship.
Un, ja šīs lietas būtu pilnīgi atšķirīgas, pilnīgi visos aspektos, tad mēs nevarētu runāt par grozīti un grozītas tukšumu.
If they are totally different, if there is no relationship, then even when there is no cup, there has to be emptiness of cup. It can't be. In order for the emptiness of cup to exist, the cup have to exist.
Jo, lai varētu pastāvēt grozītas tukšums, ir jāpastāv grozītai. Mēs nevaram, ja grozīti nepastāvēs arī grozītas tukšums.
That is also why emptiness, even though it is permanent, why it is also dependent arising, even though it does not depend on cause and condition, it is still depend on the object. The object of that emptiness. Without that object, there is no emptiness of that object.
Kaut arī tukšums ir pastāvējis, tas vienlaikus arī tas pastāv no atkarīgas rašanās, vai tas pastāv atkarīgas rašanās veidā, jo pretējā gadījumā tas nevarētu pastāvēt.
So that is why Nagarjuna said, there is no phenomena which is not emptiness, which is not empty, and there is no phenomena which is not dependent arising. So therefore, all the phenomena are dependent arising as well as empty or emptiness. I guess I don't know what is the right word, empty or emptiness. Empty.
Kā saka Nagarjuna, nav fenomenu, kas nav tukši, un arī nav fenomenu, kas nepastāvētu atkarīgās rašanās veidā.
So when we talk about conventional nature of the existence, we are talking about existing by depending on cause and conditions, or others by depending on others.
Kad mēs runājam par šo konvencionālo pastāvēšanas līmeni, tad mēs runājam par cēloņu saistībām, sakarībām vai atkarību no apstākļiem.
In the same way, Lama Tsongkhapa here, again in this commentary goes, Lama Tsongkhapa explaining the praise to the dependent arising.
Un Lama Tsongkhapa atkarīgās rašanās slavinājumā arī to paskaidro.
Without depending on others, no phenomena exist. No phenomena exists without depending on others.
Nepastāv tādu fenomenu, kas nebūtu atkarīgi no citiem fenomeniem.
Therefore, there is no phenomena which is not empty of inherent existence.
Un tāpēc nav fenomenu, kas nebūtu tukši no pašpastāvošas eksistences.
Therefore, the existence, the form aggregate and rest of aggregate and all phenomena are empty of inherent existence because they are independent arising or depending arising.
Un tieši tāpēc formas agregāts un pārējie agregāti ir tukši no pašpastāvošas eksistences, jo tie ir atkarīgas rašanās.
So all the phenomena has these two natures, empty of inherent existence and dependent originations or depending on others.
Un tāpēc visiem fenomeniem ir šīs divi daļas, tie tukši no pašpastāvošas eksistences, un tie vienlaikus pastāv atkarīgas rašanās veidā.
Mm. So after going detail with that, with the form in that sense, then the rest of the other 5 aggregates, in the same way, feeling is empty. Emptiness is feeling. Emptiness not other than feeling. Feeling is also not other than emptiness. And then same with discrimination, emotional factor, and consciousness are empty.
Un tāpat kā mēs redzam šeit, kā ir iztirzēta forma, tāpat arī būtu pilnā tekstā jāiztirzā visi pārējie faktori. Proti, sajūtas ir tukšas, tukšums ir sajūtas, sajūtas nav atšķirīgas no tukšuma, tukšums nav atšķirīgs no sajūtām. Tāpat arī par izšķirtspēju. Izšķirtspēja ir tukša, tukšums ir izšķirtspēja, izšķirtspēja nav atšķirīga no tukšuma, tukšums nav atšķirīgs no izšķirtspējas un pārējiem faktori arī.
So all the conditions, phenomena are contents into 5 aggregates. And so when you explain the 5 aggregates are empty of inherent existence, then you are able to explain all the conditions, phenomena are empty of inherent existence. If all conditioned phenomena are empty of inherent existence, then all unconditioned phenomena, such as permanent phenomena, are also empty of inherent existence. And because conditioned and non-conditioned objects are empty of inherent existence, then it can be explained all the phenomena are also empty of inherent existence. Yeah.
Conditioned phenomena, kā tu to?
Būtībā sanāk tie paši.
Like impermanent.
Nepastāvīgās parādības, tas pats vajag.
Tad nepastāvīgās parādības arī faktiski ir ietilpst šajos te agregātos, ja viņas var ietilpt šajos agregātos, un tādējādi mēs to varam paplašināt, izprast, ka tas attiecās uz visiem nenoteiktiem un noteiktiem fenomeniem.
Yeah, when we say conditioned phenomena is synonym, same as impermanent. But it is like when you say impermanent, you have this idea of changing. When you hear the sound, impermanent means constant change. When you say conditioned phenomena, you understand due to cause and conditions that it is coming. So again, it is coming, understanding the same thing, but the way you use different words, you have a more different way of understanding. When you use the conditioned phenomena, you think conditioned by what? Conditioned by cause and other things. Impermanent is the functioning of that is changing. So, but it means synonym, it's the same thing.
Faktiski, kad mēs šeit runājam par nenoteiktiem vai nosacītajiem fenomeniem, tad mēs runājam atkal par vienu to pašu, tikai palūkojamies uz to dažādiem aspektiem, kad mēs dzirdam, ka tie ir nenoteiktie, tad mēs atceramies par nepastāvību un ka tie funkcionē tādā veidā. Savukārt, kad mēs dzirdam nosacītie vai noteiktie fenomeni, tad mēs atkal atceramies par tiem apstākļiem, kas nosaka viņu eksistenci.
Also same in Prasangya point of view, inherently existent, truly existence, independent existence, existing from its own side, they all mean same. They are all synonyms. But with each you have slightly different understanding of truly existing, inherent existence, independent existence and so forth.
Un tāpat arī šie dažādie termini, ko izmanto par sangikas skolu, proti no savas puses pastāvošs, neatkarīgs, patiesi eksistējošs, patstāvīgs fenomens, tie visi apraksta vienu to pašu no dažādiem aspektiem.
Or ultimately existence, absolute existence, they all. Yeah.
Vai arī galējā eksistence un tam līdzīgi.
So I think when it explained with this 4 different way of explaining form is empty, emptiness, form, so forth. With the first, when we say form is emptiness, it helps us to overcome the grasping that form is truly existence. Okay, there is sense of grasping of inherently or truly existence. So when you understand form is empty, that helps us to overcome that truly grasping ignorance of truly or inherently grasping form.
Un tagad mēs dzirdam to, ka forma ir tukša, tas palīdz mums mazināt to savu pieķeršanos pie savas idejas, ka forma ir kaut kas pastāvīgs, ka tā jāsaka un tā tālāk. Tas mazina šo te lielo pieķeršanos.
Then, if it is, as we mentioned before, if it is non-truly, non-inherently existence, then we might think maybe it does not exist. In order to overcome that grasping that it does not exist at all, the form does not exist at all, to counter that, then emptiness form. That help, that the grasping of nihilism, the extreme of nihilism, where you feel if it is empty of truly existence or inherently, then nothing exists, it can't exist. So in order to counter that extreme of nihilism, so emptiness form, it do exist.
Un nākošais izteikums tukšums ir forma, palīdz neiebraukt nihilisma galerībā, jo pēc pirmā izteikuma mums varētu šķist, nu labi, forma ir tukša, bet vai tas nozīmē, ka forma vispār nepastāv? Bet nē, otrs apgalvojums palīdz izvairīties no šī nihilistiskā skatījuma.
So then, by understanding the first part, form is empty of inherently existence, you overcome one extreme of what I call internalisms, and by through the emptiness form, you encounter the other extreme, nihilisms. So you are in middle path, middle way, have the correct middle way without any falling into one of the extremes. But also at the same time you might feel, yes, it's not truly existing, inherently existing, and it exists. It exists on conventional level, it do exist, but these two reality, are they same or different, or do they contradict each others or not? Then the third one, where it says emptiness, not other than form, said that explain those two reality does not contradict each other. Those two realities doesn't contradict within the one phenomena. They actually help each other, and they are within the same phenomena. So they are same entity within the same objects.
Un tātad šie apgalvojumi viens pēc otra palīdz izvairīties no labgalībām, no tā, ka mēs pieķeramies, ka viss ir pastāvīgs, un no tās galības, ka mēs ieveļamies visa noliegumā. Trešais apgalvojums, tukšums nav atšķirīgs no formas, tas palīdz tā kā nobalansēt to vidu.
So if there are same entity and different isolations, then again we might think if there are different isolation, then does that different isolation means it's totally different, totally separate? No, they are not totally separate, and so that is why what is that? Form is also not other than emptiness.